Hey guys, welcome and congratulations on your choice to take the action necessary to start making money online. In your email inbox in about 5, maybe 10 minutes, you're going to get an email from me. And inside the email, it's going to contain the PDF that you requested. And that PDF is going to give you 24 different ways to make money online. And so before you get that, I wanted to give you a free training here because making money online, it can be a challenge, but it doesn't have to be. And so I want to walk you through a free training here to hopefully eliminate many of the common challenges and pitfalls. There's 4 simple steps to making money online. Now, each one of these steps there has some details and some information you're going to need to know, and I'm going to walk you through that. But the 4 simple steps are: number 1, find a niche or a market. Number 2, find a high demand product. Right? Find a product that's already selling. That's one of the biggest shortcuts I can give you. Find a product that's already selling. And step 3 is you need a system. Now, you could do everything manually, and that in and by itself would be kind of a process that you would do. But I prefer automated systems, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And then the 4th thing you need is you need traffic, but not any kind of traffic. You need the right kind of traffic. You need traffic for, the traffic has to be people who are interested in whatever it is the product you're promoting through your system. So the first question should be is, how do you find a niche or a market? And I'm going to tell you there's 2 keys. Really, when everything boils down, it comes down to, number 1, it has to be a fanatical audience. It doesn't have to be a large audience, but it has to be a fanatical audience. Someone who's irrationally passionate about what it is they do. So some examples would be, paleo diet. I'll tell you an example in a moment about paleo space, but that's an audience. They're fanatical about their diet and their lifestyle. Parents are fanatical. Dog owners are fanatical. Sometimes cat owners are fanatical, right? Sometimes martial artists, a certain type like the UFC, Ultimate Fighting, right? That's a fanatical audience. And once you have the audience in mind, you found it, you have to make sure and jot this down, write it down, tattoo it on yourself. Whatever you need to do is, I'm kidding, don't tattoo it on yourself, but making my point, the audience has to be willing and able to spend money. Now, I mentioned paleo earlier. About 2 years ago, my team and I did a test. We wanted to test a new strategy we had just been exposed to. So we set up a site called thepaleoguru.com. The website's still up. And we created some lead magnets. And we were able to generate a list from cold traffic of about 8,000 people in less than 60 days. Fanatical audience, irrationally passionate about paleo and their lifestyle. I assume they were able to spend money, but they did not seem willing to. And what I mean, the 8,000 people in other markets, right? That's 6 figures of earning all day long. But we were able to recoup all of our ad spend, which was great. We built the list for free. The project didn't really cost us anything. However, we had 8,000 people that weren't willing to spend more than $10 or $20 at a time. And we like to be in spaces where we can sell $100, $200, $300, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 products. So it wasn't a great space for us. But the lesson, the takeaway is, it's proof that the fanatic audience worked to build a list. We didn't, at that time, understand the audience has to be willing and able to spend money. So make sure you do that due diligence before you put a lot of time and effort into it. Now, some ways that you can actually go, some tactics that you can do to find these audiences, Facebook. Go to Facebook, type in the search window, type in something like paleo or diets or fighting or guns or politics or whatever you search for. And if you can find multiple Facebook pages and multiple Facebook groups where there's actually people participating and commenting and sharing and liking, then that's pretty good evidence you have a fanatical audience. If you find the groups and the pages but there's no activity, it's evidence it's not a fanatical audience. You can do the same thing with Twitter and Instagram and Pinterest and Meetup.com, all these social networks that make it really easy for you to go find these people. I'll give you an example of one that's kind of obscure, but I was introduced to this project about 4 years ago, was a fanatical audience willing and able to spend money in the fruit and vegetable carving space. I mean, I had never even I suppose I'd seen it before, like on cruise ships and the displays, but I just didn't know there was a market for it. And this particular person exposed me to this has a business that does about $20,000 to $30,000 a month in automated revenue. So find a niche in a market. The next thing is you got to find a product, right? Again, you could create a product, but it's better to go find, I wouldn't say it's better, but it's a shortcut to go find a product that's already selling. So you can do that by way of going to ClickBank. ClickBank will show you what products are converting. They do so by a number called gravity. And the higher the gravity number, the gravity score equates to how many unique sales have been made of that product in 30 days. So that's a good number to go look at. JVZoo is a slightly different strategy. It's not so much a marketplace like ClickBank or ShareSale. JVZoo is really about launches. So you can go there and find a calendar of the next 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, maybe even 6 months to a year of what products are planned on the launch calendar. So if you want to employ a traffic tactic called launch jacking, where you find a launch and you essentially hijack that launch to piggyback off of all the traffic and the promotions are going on as an affiliate, it's a great strategy. So there are lots of ways to do this. You can also go to Amazon.com, by far the biggest retailer. You can go there and they also have metrics to show you which products are selling. Now, how do you build a system? You have the niche identified, you have the product and the offer, but a system is made up of a product or an offer. So we talked about that. It's made up of front-end funnel pages. Right, there's lots of web page builders out there now, WordPress, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, Monkey Pages, I think is one. There's probably 24 more. There's probably a half a dozen WordPress plugins to do this. Excuse me. The high level of this, the front end is everything the prospect will see before they pay you money. Opt-in pages, potentially thank you pages, webinar registration pages, webinars, video sales letters, i.e. VSLs, lead magnets, ads, and then there's the back end of the funnel. The back end is all the automations, the email marketing, it's the shopping cart, the processing of the money, it's the reporting, the tracking. And then the third component is traffic. So we like to take our funnels and go, there's the front, there's the back, and then there's traffic. Inside the traffic, you have three types. You have organic or free traffic. This mostly comes from word of mouth, viral sharing, blog posting, social media posting. And then you have paid traffic. This is you're paying for advertising, right? Facebook or Google. And then retargeting. Retargeting is, if you don't familiar with this, basically just a way to, the ad costs are cheaper and it's like a second level of advertising. So someone opts into your page, right? You run cold ads, you get them to opt into the page, and then you can then retarget to them, and it creates a smaller audience because it's not cold traffic, it's just people opted in. And so it creates a custom audience and your ad costs are much lower when you do that and typically higher conversions. Now, systems can be very, very complex and they could, it could take pages to visually give you an example of it, but I wanted to give you the most basic system because my goal is for you to get started making money today, right? There's a quote that I love called "Money loves speed." Another quote is "Done is better than doing," right? So a friend of mine has a quote called MIA, Massive Imperfect Action. So here's the thing. Basic system, opt-in page. So you're going to create this with ClickFunnels or Lead Pages or whatever system you're using. And then you have some options. You could go right to a thank you page and do nothing else. Or you could make a one-time offer or a self-liquidating offer. This is really relevant if you have products. But sometimes the quickest path is just skip this page and you go from opt-in right to the affiliate sales page product. And these are the retargeting ads that, if this is your entire system, these are your web pages, then you can put pixels here and retarget people. But you go opt-in straight to affiliate. Now when they opt in, you're building a list, you're getting an email. So you need to have a series of emails that will typically promote these products, right? So if you had a product here, you'd have 2 or 3 emails promoting this. And if this was a product, 2 or 3 emails. And let's say in this affiliate space, there's 5 or 6 other great affiliate products that are relative to this product or relevant, then you could have emails that promote those other products. And the end goal, of course, is you make money. Now, here's how you get traffic. The For whatever reason, the most difficult process, but should be the easiest process, is understanding your avatar. Your ads have to speak directly to the person at the stage in which they're at. So, one example from a really good marketer I learned is, right, if your ads are talking to someone who's ready to buy right now, but the demographics are reaching someone who doesn't even really know that they have that problem right now, the conversions will be low. So if you're targeting people who are in the very beginning of the process, then you want to market to them that way. And if they're aware of the problem, maybe they're losing sleep, but they're not really aware that there's a solution yet, those ads might be different than the person who's aware of their pain, they're losing sleep, they know they have to they're looking for a solution. So you just want to make sure you're designing your ads so that the ads are congruent with where the person's at in their buying stage, and then you need to follow that through. So if I go back, you could, in theory, have 3 different formats of this. The person who's not aware yet, the person who's aware but not really looking for the solution, the person who's losing sleep and they're actively looking for a solution. So keep that in mind. Now, you've heard you can't improve what you don't measure, right? You have to track and measure data. And every funnel will have conversion points, ad clicks, opt-in pages, registration pages, emails open, emails clicked, sales page, purchase, didn't purchase, refund, didn't refund. You want to identify all of the conversion points inside your funnel and then set up a tracking sheet to measure that. Now, before we go any further, I have an alert. And on the very next page, I'm going to reveal a very big, gigantic secret. And it's a secret that has the power to change your life, change your business in a blink of an eye. And I'm not even kidding you. And I want you to know that I've been in online marketing since 2009. It's 2016 at the end of the year right now when I'm doing this video. And here's the thing. From 2009 to 2014, I did okay every year. I managed to get by. I managed to support my family. Live in San Diego, so it's not cheap. And I got by. I made a full-time income by most people's standards. So I probably knew the secret on some part of a subconscious level, right? And I'm telling this because I want you to know when I show it to you, you might have an initial reaction like, well, that's not a big secret. But I'm going to challenge you to really think about it. Because listen, from 2009 to 14, I did okay. 2014, I had my first 6-figure week. And then 2 6-figure weeks in a row. Had a $220,000 launch. I went on then between October of 2014 till June of this year to do $3.6 million with a single webinar. And the reason I'm telling you that is not to brag, is to tell you that even through that, I don't think I really fully understood the secret. And I just saw the secret and I saw it in writing. And that's why I want to show it to you in writing, because I think seeing it in writing, maybe it was just like all those collective subconscious thoughts I had was like, holy shit, I can't believe it. And it literally changed the path that I was on like that. And it was amazing at what it did. So I want to show you. And I want to make sure, like, are you ready? Like, put down your phone, put down Candy Crush, turn off your Facebook Messenger, put your phone upside down, stop writing, because I promise you this secret has the power to change your entire life. It can alter the course you're on right now for the better. So if you're ready, drum roll. The most dependable and consistent way to generate wealth, not just make money, but to generate wealth, is to turn advertising into profit. Now, listen, you might be like completely mind blown, like, holy shit, that's pretty simple. Or you might think, man, I already knew that. But here's what I want you to really understand. You got to take this understanding and make it fundamental to what you know and what you believe. And then you have to take that and apply it to getting started. And here's what I mean. Anytime ad spend comes up, the number one question that's asked, not only ask to me, but ask in all the circles that I'm in and all the Facebook groups I participate in, all the masterminds. The number one question is, how much money do I have to spend? And here's the thing. If you are asking that question, you don't know the secret that's on the screen right now. You might, you know it somewhere deep down, but you're not, you just, it hasn't resonated yet, it hasn't sunk in. And listen, I don't blame you. From 09 to just a couple weeks ago, it hadn't sunk into me either, and I had done pretty well. So listen, if you are marketing a product that pays you $100, I want you to get this. If you're marketing a product that pays you $100, so the value of that buyer is $100 to you, you could afford to spend $99 to acquire that customer because it would be profitable by $1. Now listen, I'm not recommending you do that. And if you do it, it's profitable, but it's not great, right? That's not what you're striving for. At minimum, you want a 2-to-1. 2.5 to 1 really is kind of what we strive for. But listen, I want to just make that point, right? Is if you give me $99 and I give you $100, that's profitable. You're not going to get rich, but listen, you'll probably give me as many $99 as you can because it's profitable by $1. Now, if you can acquire the customer for $50, which is kind of the target, and you make 100, you make 2-to-1 on your money. You give me 50, I give you 100. That's a great deal. You're going to do that all day long. Now, if you can acquire the customer for $25 and you make 100, that means $75 is profit. That's a 3-to-1 profit, right? You give me 25, I give you 100. You're going to do that all day long. You're going to go beg and borrow as many $25 as you can so that I'll give you $100, right? It's clear, it's basic math, you understand. But here's the thing. You have to also know this. We don't live in a fantasy world. We don't live in a world where things just work. You have to understand that money that you're asking about, how much money do I have to spend? At the end of the day is you need to spend as much as it takes on 2 levels. One, if you believe in the product, let's say it's a product you've created, but it's a product you purchase as an affiliate and you like it, you believe it helps. If you believe in that product, if you believe the value of that product is greater than the cost, then you have to be willing to spend as much money as it takes on ads to get enough people into your system so that you can learn what the conversion point data is. So you can learn how many ad clicks you got, what was the cost per click, what was the cost of registration to your page, what was your cart abandonment rate. You have to spend as much as it takes to get that data. And here's why. When you have that data, you can systematically, methodically go through and tweak each thing at those conversion points. It might be tweaking the ad copy. It might be tweaking the ad targeting. It might be tweaking the registration page or the opt-in copy, or it might be tweaking the emails or the webinar script or the offer page, the pricing. You don't know what to fix necessarily, but the conversion data is going to point you in the right directions and say, this is the element of your system that you need to fix. And when you do that, right, so to put numbers is, if you had a product that paid you $100, even if it cost you $1,000 because you suck at ad, you did a lot of things wrong, but it took you $1,000 to get that buyer, then you would know, great, it took me $1,000, I'm upside down $900, but now you have the data to know what to fix. So you can go back and fix it, and now it might take you $200, $300, $400 to buy a buyer. Hopefully it takes you less than $900 to get the next buyer. But in an ideal world, you can get that buyer now for $99 or less. Now your system's profitable. Go back, you fix the data, spend more money, and your goal is, if you can be at, if you can acquire a customer for $40 or less and you make $100, that's a great deal. You want to do that all day long. So I don't want to belabor this point anymore. I just want you to really understand this because it changed my life and I think it can change yours. The most dependable and consistent way to generate wealth is simply to turn advertising into profit. Now, I have some great news for you and I have some fantastic news. The fantastic news is in the PDF that's hitting your inbox any moment now has 24 ways to make money. And there are 24 ways that you should be able to do at least 23 of them. there's probably another 24 to 50 ways to make money that I haven't even discovered yet that aren't even on that PDF. So that's the fantastic news. You have lots and lots of options, so much opportunity out there. Now the great news is, specifically today, you have you have 3 options what to do with the data I've just shared with you. You can do nothing with it. That'll make me a little bit sad, but you can do nothing with it. Or you can continue to struggle. And you can try to keep up with all the quote unquote guru trainings available on things like Facebook ads and creating online courses and webinars. You can do all of that. Or you can join the inner circle today. And here's the thing. I want you to know specifically what the inner circle is before you make a choice, right? Imagine having a team of online marketing experts who are working around the clock to find great selling products for you, who are working around the clock to design and build high converting funnel pages for you, to design and build the back-end automation for you, all the Infusionsoft emails, testing the timers on pages and cart abandonments and all that stuff, all the scarcity and urgency, the techniques that go into making something convert. Creating all the ads and the copy and the design for you so you don't have to struggle through that first set of like spending $1,000 to figure it out, right? They've done that for you. To have a team that's working around the clock to provide you with the highest converting ad targeting data. Again, they've set the ads up, they found the demographics, they ran it, they figured out this group works better than that group. And a team that's available to continually tweak and optimize your funnel so that you can scale your revenues. And I want to make sure that before you get too excited, I want you to know there's some hard costs in this, right? Because all too many people paint this picture of how they have this great system or tool or software that's going to help you make money, and then they don't tell you about all the kind of the gotchas, right? So to run a system, like I'm going to recommend you run, is Infusionsoft is a tool of choice. It's $199 a month. Now, if you have an Infusionsoft, fantastic. If you don't have it, we're going to go ahead and waive the $1,000 setup fee. So if you go to infusionsoft.com/pricing, you'll see the least expensive monthly is $199. You can probably get away with that. And then they have a required setup fee of $1,000. It starts at $1,000. So we can waive that for you. So right out of the gate, if you decide to join the inner circle, we're going to save you $1,000 in hard costs. You're going to need a ClickFunnels account. If you have it, fantastic. If you don't, you're going to need that. Now, you can, I want to be clear, you could take everything I've shown you today, you could take this and go do it with Aweber, MailChimp, MadMimi, any active campaign, Entrepreneur. You could go do all of this with those tools. You could use Lead Pages, Monkey Pages, a WordPress plugin. You could do it. But for you to be inside the inner circle, you need to have these tools. And the reason is these are the tools that we use. These are the tools that we build everything with. These are the tools we test everything with. And we want to be able to get them to the point where they're proven to convert, and then we just want to hand them to you, right? We don't want you to have to edit them and hire designers and find logos and do all that. We just want to give it to you. Now, you'll have some miscellaneous expenses like hosting and additional plugins and domains and et cetera. And those will be minimal. I would say your miscellaneous expenses are, under 150 bucks. So you'd have 200, 300, 400, $400 to $500 max in hard costs. Now, you might think, Drew, that's a lot of money, but here's the thing. Compare this to, number one, you're going to spend this money anyway, because these are systems it takes. You might spend a little bit less, right? You might spend 300 versus 500 because you're using Aweber or ConvertKit, but it's just what it costs. And then you're going to have ad spend. Now, the ad spend in this case in the inner circle is going to be ad spend that you're spending on a funnel that already converts, right? So give you an example. For easy math, we're going to say the funnel converts at 2 to 1, right? Because I just want to be super conservative. Now, the goal is always that it converts much higher. But let's say it converts at 2 to 1. Well, if you say, I want to make $1,000 this month, you'll know you need to spend $500 on ads. If you say, I want to make $10,000, then you'll know you need to spend $5,000 on ads, right? So the ad spend, you'll know, and you'll be in control of it. You spend it directly through Facebook, and we're going to give you all the ads and everything. You'll just have to take them and upload them to your Facebook, and we're going to show you how to do that. But the ad spend will be purely up to you. Now, there is another hard cost that so many people fail to talk about, and I want to do it because I want to do things differently. I want to treat you the way I would like to be treated. Time. You could go do this on your own, and listen, I'm sure you are as smart or smarter than I am, and I was able to do it. It took me from 2009 to 2014 full time and through a lot of hardship and a lot of stress, but I figured it out. So you can too. But there's a cost to that time, and your time is whatever it is. Your time, you have a value on it, just like I have a value on mine. The one thing that's for sure for both you and me is our time is the most precious commodity we have, right? It's the most precious thing we could give to people. So there's a time to it. So anyway, I want to get that out of the way because you're going to have these hard costs no matter what you do, whether you do it on your own, you buy something from someone else, you buy 14 courses, put them all together, you're going to have this cost. I want to be really specific too. When you join the Inner Circle today, you're going to get access to a few things. You're going to get access to my personal mailbox money system training course. This is a training course that I've been perfecting and I've been using since 09. From 09 to 14, it's really the great majority of my income came through this. And I've used it to do 4 figures a month, 5 figures a month, even 6 figures a month. So this is a really great system, never before been available anywhere. It's going to be yours. Again, if you have Infusionsoft, perfect. If you don't, we're going to go ahead and get that to you, and we will waive the $1,000 setup fee that Infusionsoft normally charges. And inside the Inner Circle, we're going to give you access to one proven marketing funnel. Again, this is not a template, but the actual complete and converting funnel, to include the ClickFunnels funnel pages, right? And those funnel pages typical or be like opt-in and thank you and sales and OTOs, but you'll have the complete funnel. And not the templates, not the framework, but the template, like the design, the copy, the logos, everything you need. You're going to have the Infusionsoft campaign. So by that, it's the automation, the emails, the reporting dashboard, so you know exactly what's working and how well it's working. And then we're going to give you all the Facebook ads. So this will be a series of ads. They're called ad sets and ad groups and ads. So these will be the ads with the design and image, the copy, the targeting. So you just have to, the ClickFunnels part will push into your ClickFunnels account. You don't have to do anything except for click a link. The Infusionsoft campaign, we're going to push it into your campaign. All you have to do is click a link to publish it. The Facebook ads, we're going to give to you, and all you have to do is then upload them to Facebook and go select the targeting that we've identified for you. And again, we're going to show you how to do that if you're not familiar with Facebook ads. So very, very easy. It's simply 2 clicks, a couple of uploads to Facebook, and 5 minutes to set the targeting and set your budget, and you're off and running. Now, I want to be really crystal clear. This is not some conceptual theory or template or swipe that requires you to spend countless hours editing. This is a complete and proven to convert funnel A to Z. All you have to do is follow the instructions to launch it. And again, we're going to give you those instructions. So what's it cost you, right? This is a question that you have to be asking. It's a question I've asked myself many, many times before I did this. And at the end of the day, it really comes down to this. And these are fees that we've previously paid or previously charged people, and fees that are certainly within the common to lower end of what's being charged on a retail market out there. The ClickFunnels, the funnel development, this alone will cost you anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 and higher. The Infusionsoft setup and campaign would easily cost you $3,000 to $5,000. I know this well because I'm a certified partner with Infusionsoft. I've used it for 7 years. I know what the certified partners charge. I know what the not certified people charge, and I know what I've been able to charge people for the last 7 years. So the Infusionsoft campaign easily costs you $3,000 to $5,000 or way more. And the copy, if you're to hire a copywriter for these pages, costs you easily $1,500 to $5,000. And this is copy for pages and emails, etc. And then the ad setup and research and testing would easily cost you $1,000. This is on the very, very low end. In fact, you're hard pressed to find anyone to set up ads for you for less than $1,000. And then to actually pay someone to find you a product and build a funnel and test it out and get it proven and convert and then give it to you, listen, that's priceless. So I'm not even going to attempt to put a price on that. But if I take the low end, the $1,000 for funnel development, the $3,000 for Infusionsoft, the $1,500 for copy, and the $1,000 for ad, that's $6,500 on the low end. And listen, I want you to know that's super conservative. You're going to pay that one way or the other. You're either going to pay that to yourself in time, you're going to pay that to gurus and training courses. Over the last 2 years, I've spent over $48,000, almost $49,000 on training. So listen, there's no getting out of that. But this is what it would cost you to really build a system like this that can generate, as I call it, mailbox money on a consistent basis. So today, listen, you're not going to pay anywhere near that. Today, I have a very special offer for you for the next 24 hours. It's a unique opportunity. If you join the Inner Circle today, you can get started for as little as $14.97. That's 2 payments of $14.97. Or you can save an additional $1,000 and pay a single payment of $19.97. So listen, for as little as $1,997, you can get an Infusionsoft app. That saves you $1,000 right there. You can get the proven funnel to convert. You can get access to the mailbox money system. You're also going to get some fast action bonuses. You're going to get access to the 7-figure webinar training system, this exact blueprint, step-by-step guide that we used to do $3.6 million in 22 months. We've tested this exact system in dozens of niches, and it's worked every time. You're going to get access to the Infusionsoft Kickstart training. This is an internal training program that I created specifically for myself and to hire my team members. And I've used it for the last couple of years, and it's been internal only. It's something that consulting clients who have hired me to set up Infusionsoft, they've been given access to bits and pieces of it, but you're going to get access to the whole training. That's a $997 value. You're also going to get access to VIP coaching sessions. Now, I could price these at thousands of dollars, but I'm pricing them at $500 a call. You're going to get 8 calls, 2 between now and the end of the year, so you can finish the year strong and be in a situation to really start 2017 super fast. And we're going to have 2 calls a month, 2 calls in January, 2 in February, 2 in March. So a total of 8 calls and a value on that of $4,000. So listen, today, you get this value, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, and the 6,000 over here. You're going to get over $12,000 in value for as little as $1,497 today as 2 payments. $1,497 today and $1,497 in 30 days, or you can save an additional $1,000 and pay only $19.97. All you have to do is just choose one of the buttons below that best fits your budget and get started. And I have something to make this even more irresistible for you. Listen, I'm going to give you a guarantee that no one gives, right? I'm going to give you a guarantee that if you follow the steps and you don't make money, I'm going to give you a choice to get your money back. I'm going to give you a choice because I don't want to just assume you want your money back. I'm going to assume you actually want the system to work. But here's the thing. This isn't just a blind guarantee like, hey, I'll just give you back your $2,000 or $3,000 if you don't like it. This is you have to take the system. You got to implement it on your side. You got to click a couple clicks and spend some money on ads. If it doesn't work, and I'm going to give you 90 days to get it up and working. If it doesn't work, I'll give you your choice. You can get a full refund. You can call me up, show me you did the work, show me your ads, show me it didn't work, I'll give you a full refund. No questions asked. Or I will coach you one-to-one. No group calls, just me and you, one-to-one on the phone, on Skype, whatever it takes to get you to success. Your choice. So today you have a unique opportunity to take advantage of this offer. Again, you can get started for as little as 2 payments of $14.97 or 1 payment of $19.97. And as soon as I see your payment come in, I'll get in touch with you and we will start the process. And I'll make sure you get access to what you need immediately to get this going. If you have any questions at all, go ahead, choose your payment, and we'll talk on the phone. I'm happy to answer your questions. And if at that point after we talk, you just for whatever reason you really think it's not for you, then I'll refund your money on the spot right then. All right, thanks for watching this, and I'll see you on the inside.